だから逆に慰謝料山ほど踏んだ。
Oh, kind of. I do kind of respect that. Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch Some Monster. Today we're at episode 8, and Dr. Tenma has been at least absolved by Anna, but who knows what his conscience will bring. And let's see if Johan will return today, and we will just get into the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and here we go. Have some fun, or some trauma. Whatever we want today, or get today, whatever. You know what I mean, let's go.
Doch ich frag mich, wer wir sind.
Oh, operating again, or is it someone else? Yeah, do you think he's back? Okay. I really am glad he's back. If that's not a flashback, I would be very glad, because, like I said last time, you could probably very well argue that it's not his problem anymore. Yeah, but if you disagree, I don't know. Oh, I love the beeping. Why is he always in Operationssaal 1? I don't know. Also, this reminds me a lot of the first episode. Yeah. Oh, he did a sabbatical. I thought it was just like a week where he was like, where he called in sick, but he took a whole sabbatical. I do think that's half a year, isn't it? Wow, okay. I mean, that's not... Yeah. It's not over though, but for him, yeah, if he wants it to be over, he could finish it here. As I said, I really do like that he also does what I would have done, I think, which is not trivial, but I think it would have been my choice as well. Oh, who's drinking too much here? Oh, is that good old Eva? Oh, I love those. Look at that glass. Man, that's a cool glass. Oh, I knew it. Why is she looking at that? Wow, that's also interesting. I don't know if it's just the shitty drawing here. Like, not the... I'm so sorry, that's not what I meant. The resolution, like, the drawing is awesome. Like, because I think he's not really smiling that much. I know, like, it doesn't mean a lot for him, I think, because he's a kind man, but he doesn't really show it. Like, his face is always either relaxed or like his face is very, what do you say, unmoving on average. You know, he's not that emotive person. Like, and her, I mean, she does have the snake eyes here a bit, but she's really smiling. I think she might be really smiling. And I do think, as I said, I do think she meant what I'm pretty sure she meant what she said, that she wanted to go back with him and she realized some stuff was wrong. And this is 9 years in the future, so like her being passed out on the sofa, like half drunk to death, so to speak. And she isn't, like, that was like too, like, I do think it was whiskey. I don't know. I just know whiskey. Like if I drank that much whiskey over a night, I would barely feel a thing, I think, next day. So, you know, it's like you do have headaches, but I don't know, perhaps I'm pretty resilient. Like, I don't drink much, you know, but I seem to be resilient to it a lot. But yeah, so I don't know, perhaps she's immediately inebriated, so that's why she's gone. Perhaps that's not all her whiskey she drank. Also, you should never drink... Where have we come to? I was doing commentary on deep psychological and story issues, and then now we talk about whiskey. You should never drink that much whiskey, like because it is an affront or a what do you say? It's bad, like, because whiskey is very, like, it's a drink to in most cases, at least for me, it is a drink to like savor and like you like drink this much, You know, it's like it's not to get drunk. Like if you get drunk off of whiskey, you really did something wrong. Anyway, yes, so but she regrets. And it doesn't have to be only these two. Like, because these could be two things. She could be either be like, I really regret what I did to him. I've been a bee. I would have loved, like, I didn't realize that he loved me that dearly. I didn't even understand what that was, really, because the only person that ever loved me were my parents, like, perhaps. And perhaps she also realized that though that was a different love, because I would say Heinemann loved her a lot, but he also used her a bit. Or did he use her? No, wait, I have to think about that. Perhaps that was too rash. We know he married, I do think he wanted her to have a good deal. Because as I said, women in these times, I do think often were still judged by very more, let's say, traditional values, to phrase it nicely. And I mean, she probably had a nice life through that. Like she was, she seemed pampered a bit, and she was a classicist, though we don't know why, if it was her upbringing. And this might mean either she's regretting everything, like her whole life, and this is just the symbol of it, because this is something she could have had. She could have had the kindest, most caring man probably we've seen in this show, at least, that is very, very positive, that is working his ass off, that is very humble, that wants to do his best, and that probably wanted to make her really happy. Like, she rejected him because of politics, because of her high and mighty horse she was on, and yeah, anyway, let's just see. She doesn't look that much older, though, and she still wears clothes that are pretty fancy a bit, like the rose or the petals or the flower she has. Looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't know a lot about clothes, so perhaps if someone doesn't know more, they will be like, no, it's really shitty. Oh.
でもそれもあなたが言うべ父の
Ooh. Oh. I wouldn't have expected that, but it's kind of cool. So I'm unsure, man. We have to see. I will see a bit more. I'm sorry. I really need more.
病院の名声を上げてくれたのはあなたな
So she knows that.
僕がこうしてドイツでやっ
Yeah.
父についていけば絶対に大丈夫
Oh God, her eyes. My God, why did I cross here? No, the eyes. It's the eyes. I hate her eyes so much like this. But I do think she cared for him here in her own fucked up way. I do think her way of caring is very far away from what I would call caring. Like, I would call Dr. Tenma caring, and her is like, she's like, but she still supports him here. I don't know if she supports him here because she thinks that's what she has to do as a, like, fiance. Or, yeah, fiance. I do think they were just fiancés. Like, she was his fiance, not his wife yet. Yeah, because she gave back the ring, and you can't just do that when you're married in Germany. So, I mean, I don't know if you can do that anywhere, but yeah, so but she supports him, and she's like, she tells him this stuff even though she probably already knows he will never be like, yeah, you are right, this is all on, like, I did great and stuff, because he's pushing himself all the time. He wants to do better and better and better, because, like, saving lives is never enough for him.
父が病院の理事長になるのは時間の問題だし
Oh, and this was a time where her father wasn't yet the chief. Oh.
私は院長夫人幸せにしてないから
The voice actress sold that a lot. I do think, man, I'm so curious to see. I know I pause a lot on this scene, but it's a very, because Eva was one of the most intriguing characters we had till now. Because there was such, she's almost as intriguing as Johann to me. Not as much, but almost, because there are so many hints at something bubbling under her surface that have been there, especially with the last scene where he broke up with her. So the way the voice actress sold that was not that she just said it because that's what she thinks is true in the first place. She said it a bit playfully and comfortingly, perhaps to tell herself that her life will be good, but also to show him she's happy and will be happy. She also trusts her father as well here, because she said, do what my father says, because then everything will be all right. She trusts in her father to make the right decisions for her as well, and for him as well. That might be interesting. I didn't think of that yet. That's also why she might be so fucking pissed, and why she broke it off, because she told him we could have had the perfect life, and there was everything she could have had, and everything, like, nothing would have been in their way. Nothing. Like, had he done the operation, as her father said, her life would have been perfect, and his life would have been perfect. So she might also be angry at him a bit. And I don't know if that's just reaching, that he threw away the perfect life for himself as well. Because I do think she probably thinks of herself here as like the perfect wife. And she tries to be supportive. And yeah, I don't know.
外に出かける?
Okay, so we're gonna have some fancy time. What are you thinking now? She still thinks about that. Okay, it is about him. It is about him. So she really regrets leaving him behind. It might be as well that that her throwing the ring at him was a man, I reached so much in this. I'm so sorry if all of this bullshit. But her throwing the ring at him might have also, because I'm giving her a lot of leeway here, to be fair, like a lot of leeway, I think you say. But yeah, because she threw the ring at him, so to speak. Like, if you throw the ring, I don't think, like, yes, it is contempt a bit, but it's also disappointment, and it is the heavy reaction, I think, for someone like her to do. So she might have been extremely hurt by him, and we don't know, because her face is a mask, as Johan's face is, because her face is also persona all the time. We don't know what she really thinks. It's just like, she just tells people what she thinks they want to hear, I think. Because that's how I do think, and this is just cliche knowledge, I do think that's, though, how you prevailed in the higher societies in those times. But that might be a bit cliche, and I'm not saying that because I know, okay? But yeah, so, but here it's 9 years later, and she dreams of it. And she daydreams of it while she's inebriated as fuck. And that means several things. So first of all, perhaps interesting to know, if you're inebriated as fuck, what alcohol does, I do think, if I'm not mistaken, and perhaps I do think there's some more nuance to it, but generally speaking, alcohol, as far as I do know, is enhancing your emotional state. And it is perhaps it's the only drug that does it. I think, like, I don't only know of it doing it, but there might be others. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter here for what I'm about to say. So, because it does that, it deepens your emotional engagement, so to speak, like your emotional state. Because basically, every emotion you feel is like a different brain circuit, very simplified, of course. And some are active in different moods. Some connections and networks and stuff. Very simplified. Like if you dig a bit deeper into it, it's like a lot more complicated. But anyway, it's enough for this. So if you're really sad, you become extremely sad when you drink. Perhaps almost like, and if you're really depressed and you drink, it might be that you either pass out, which is probably what you want in that state, so to speak, because you can't bear it anymore. But the danger is also that it will just drive you deeper into that shithole. So be very careful with alcohol if you are depressed. Like, and I don't even mean clinically. Like, if you're feeling sad, don't drink alcohol. Don't do it. I do think what I've heard people do it. I never did it really myself, but often people drink and like do something fun to take their mind off things, and because alcohol works like that, like the fun will be then enhanced. It's also, by the way, why alcohol makes aggressive, because if you're in a bar and your emotional circuits are like pretty on the surface, so to speak, like figuratively speaking, and you have a great good day and someone bumps into you, and there's this little aggressive reaction you automatically have, and that might just spiral out of control, snowball out of control, and you become aggressive and you just hit people in the head and stuff. That's also why that works. And that was a long story to talk about this, because she's inebriated with alcohol, so her emotional state is deepened, and she seems very melancholic and solemn and sad. So the memory that just came up, I do think it was a daydream or a real memory she had whilst she was like inebriated. So that means that what she just saw in her head was something she's not worked through yet. Because I do think on average, if there's something you vividly remember that still gets like an emotional reaction out of you, I think it's 2 years or something after it happened, you've not worked through it. That's something you have to carry around, that you haven't worked through it. Be it good or bad. But for example, there might be some very... I will tell you something now that's like a bit embarrassing to me, because I for a long time been really socially an idiot. So I was at a disco once when I started studying, and I never hit on a girl before. Oh God! And so I danced with a girl, and I knew she was in my physics course. Like, she was in the lecture hall, like way down, and I saw her. So I danced with her, and like they danced half an hour with her, and I didn't muster the courage to talk to her, and like it got more and more awkward. And then there was this dude being like, "Hey man, I just asked her to like something or something." I didn't know what to do. So she went away, and then I went away as well, and I met her in the what's it called, clothing department or whatever of the disco, and we walked home a bit, but nothing ever really happened because I think I fucked it up. But because that was, I've not worked through it, I think, because I sometimes really remember that vividly. Perhaps you see me getting red right now, blushing a bit. Like, I sometimes, it's like I'm still sometimes on the dance floor dancing and being like a fucking idiot, because I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? It was so funny though. Like, in hindsight, it was really funny. But it's like these things in your life that like come back. And I mean, that has been, how much time has passed since then? It's been 12 years since that moment, and it's like it comes back. So it's something I probably carry around, because my mind is trying to tell me, hey man, fucking must have some courage talking to people. I mean, it doesn't have to be romantic or something, but so I mean, it's almost the same time here. See, so I get her a lot here actually in this situation, even though it's different. But so she's still like, it's something that hurts her, or that she has not worked through. And it was a lovely moment. She supported him, and she even did the deed with him, and she seemed to have enjoyed it, because she could have kept him at bay, and it could have been more of an arranged marriage type of things and stuff. But she really was like, yeah, let's have some fun here in the bed, and she seemed to really enjoy it. So I think that symbolized the peak of her life, perhaps. I might be reaching again. I might have reached a lot here, and I might have talked a lot of nonsense, but that's what you're here for, I heard. So anyway, really interesting. So let's see what happens in the next 2 minutes. And I don't know. Yeah, she's got a bit of a headache. What's she thinking about the drinking, though? Is she accepting it, or does she want more? No. That's so fucking sad in a way. Because in a way she probably wasn't even completely responsible for at fault for actions later. She took another drink, yeah. And she still has her butler or whatever, which I thought, like, why would she go bankrupt? Of course she still has her money. She's got a fucking headache, yeah. Policeman, why? His smug face. Hello, I'm intruding. I didn't give a fuck because I'm Spectre Lunge. Anyway, or Runge. I like Lunge more. Why would he be here? I don't know. Okay. I mean, perhaps she knows him.
のルンゲです。
ルンゲ
Lunge. Ah.
よホルス
Holz. I think it should have been Holz with a Z. A friend of mine has that name.
思い出したわ
She remembers him okay. And she just keeps getting wasted in front of the policeman. It's actually because she's like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like,
でも
I
ろく
like
に
this.
解決できないヘボ刑事ね
Oh, that as well. She might be like, why didn't you solve it?
以後もこの大邸宅をこうして維持
Of course she is. Why wouldn't she?
以前にも増してちょうど
What is she doing for a job, though?
私がどれだけ儲けたか見に来たってわけ
Did she just fucking... Okay, she drinks another one. I mean, that's not good, Eva. That's sign of depression and trauma. Like, not really trauma, but like... it might be depression or like it's definitely self-hatred as well a bit. I would assume it's just guessing, obviously. So, I don't think she just inherited it. She made more money. Like, she did business and stuff. So she might be actually pretty clever. I mean, sometimes intelligence is like in margins, like within certain margins is inherited, and Heinemann must have been very fucking clever. So she might be clever as well. I like that many people here are clever and actually like are portrayed as clever and actually are.
何かお気に入りのものがあったらお持ち帰りになって
It's so funny when she doesn't give a fuck about anything.
手があればそれで十分
Holy fuck, that's so fucking sad, yeah.
今日はちょっとお見せしたい
Really?
このネクタイなんですがね
Why would she know that? So there are two reasons, I think, why she might know it. And A, it has to be a necktie he wore before. So he has to think, like, it might be old. There might be a date of, like, when it was produced. So he might know that he had, like, it was for a long time somewhere around. Like it had been around for a time. But the question is really, why would she remember? I mean, it might be that Tenma never really wore new ties because that's not his style. I do feel that was like he doesn't give a shit about his appearance. Like he shaves, like he ensures that he's clean and that people are not like appalled by him or like they think, yeah, he's a nice normal guy. But he never. I don't think he would buy fancy clothes. So she might have gifted it to him as well. It might be something, but yeah.
覚えてらっしゃらないかもしれない
But why does he think she knows it? Oh, it's from 9 years
か
ago.
らですがよく見ると折り柄が
It's from 9 years ago. Does he mean it was produced then?
をしましたよ何しろ9年前の
Really? Why?
の客に向けた限定生産品でした
Okay.
クリストにあなたの名前を見つけたんです
Ah. So I do think it's a shitty sub. People have said I should switch back to the other subs, that they were better. Tell me what you think. I mean, I can. You see, I do have a Netflix subscription, so, you know, I don't feel, wouldn't feel ashamed. But yeah, okay, so what I get, I do think I understand it as like, this was produced 9 years ago and it was a limited thing and she gifted it to Tenma for something because she wanted him to look the part and she wanted him to look how he should look as a surgeon or whatever, you know.
だからなんだっていうのよ
But
これを買われて誰かにプレゼント
yeah,
なさ
she
いません
won't
でした
tell him
か
probably. I would think she would cover for him potentially.
殺人
Hmm. She won't do that. Yeah, she's covering for him.
テントなんて山ほどしたからいちいち覚え
It's so fucked. I love that though. Oh no, yeah, I was afraid that this would come up as well. I think she's truth like because I do think when you're drunk as well, I don't think you can lie that well. I don't know this from literature. The other thing, I think I read some papers on it, but this I don't know. But I do think it's harder to lie when you're inebriated. So I do think she's like she's probably talking about the time after Tenma, because after Tenma she was the like she was, what would you say? There's reverse gold digging on her, I think, because people never like, why would they care for her like personality if she has got a lot of money? So they would court her, of course. People would court her to get the money. And so she probably dated many men, and she probably had her fun with it as well. Like she needed rebounds or whatever you say from Dr. Tenma and the other dude, because the other dude was probably a schmuck. I don't know why I think that. Oh, and didn't he also die? Yeah, I do think he also died and was murdered. So anyway, no, he was at the funeral. I think he was. I think it doesn't really matter, but she didn't stay with him. And the thing is also because she now probably realized Dr. Tenma was a real deal, like a real sweet dude who really cared for her and for life in general, and she regrets it even more now. So interesting.
もの。
よく思い出してください。
Yeah, she won't remember. She knows. She's fucking with you longer. Ah, she even says it.
プロから愛する人間なんかいやしないわ。
Yeah.
だから逆に慰謝料山ほど踏んだ。
Oh, kinda. You know, I do kind of respect that. I know that's really shitty to do. But if they just want her for the money, she's just like turning it around. I guess. Like I don't know. I hate the divorce things. It can be really nasty, really unfair, and because money and divorce are always something very, very ugly. But she's fucking with him here because she just looked at Tenma's picture, and she like it's just the story that's being told here. Obviously, like she loved Dr. Tenma. She realized too late that he was the real deal and cared for her, not because of her money. Yeah, but I respect it. 3 men, holy shit.
あなたも何か欲しい？何か欲しい？
I love that. She's probably gonna try to find Dr. Tenma now.
何か思い出したらご連絡ください。
Does he know though that she's fucking with him? Oh my god, it was whiskey! It was whiskey. I knew it was whiskey. Like I get that on like I would have loved to see what kind of whiskey she's drinking. I don't know. But yeah. Also, it's interesting, these glasses. Some whiskey is drunk from these, but others from these more like with a belly. I don't know what it's called. Anyway. Yeah, he sees it, he knows. Also, I don't know, he's not the most, like he knows. No, I think he concluded that. But I do think it might be like a Vulin. Man, she's even letting it go here, like she doesn't give a fuck. Because it's like, whiskey is pretty expensive. It was in those times as well. It's also not a good whiskey. I think, I don't know though, I'm not a whiskey expert, but I do think most good whiskeys do have a bulge here. I might be wrong, but I know several do have it. Might be like a Woollin or, don't know, Jameson. Don't know if they existed back then. Is she gonna put it somewhere safe? Or is she gonna throw it against the wall? Oh, he's smiling as well. Yeah, he's smiling. Look at her. She's fucking done. Yeah, that as well. See the moments I said.
Eva.
This is not the peak of her life. This is the worst moment of her life, and she only realized it too late.
君からお父さんに言ってくれないか
Wow. Yeah.
運び込まれた順番
Oh, I do think I missed that in the discussions as well, that he even was right from the hospital's conduction, so even more reason, but the thing is also, oh my god, this is gonna be another long one, I already know, we're not even halfway through, but the thing is, what I've been thinking as well is, even if there are rules in place, sometimes it's okay to bend them, I think. I think a good boss knows when to bend the rules and when not to bend the rules. And then normally you should obviously adhere to the rules, but I do think that's the thing. And that's also why the boss is accountable and not like normally, because if he bends the rules and everything is fine, like that's the risk he took. And if it's fucked up, he will take the blame. So Yeah, but I love this, man. He asked her to cover for him, not because he wants to be, perhaps he wants to be a head surgeon or something, but he also probably wants to what is it, how would you say that? He wants to make sure that others know that he was morally right in his mind, or like he wants to make sure that it was ethically correct what he did and he was not at fault. Like he wants to tell people he wasn't at fault. I think that's important for him. Yeah.
通りにオペしただけなんだ。
Let's see.
それは婚約指輪じゃない。
Yeah.
あなたって本当にバカね。
Yeah, she probably hates herself for that so much. Yeah. Man, that's so sad. I don't know why I sympathize with her so much. She was such a bee.
ドクターノルデ、素敵な。
Fucking Dr. Norden.
さあ、今夜はまた一段と美しいよ。
Yeah, this might also have been a flattery, or this might have been him hitting on her here, because he might have already. No, he couldn't have known. I think that was her decision. So, she might have wanted to make him jealous here as well. Yeah, she wanted to do that as well. Holy fuck, man. She was so petty here. She probably like, that's something, there are things you can never take back. Yeah, see how fucking pissed she is. Is she gonna go to him now? Yeah, she's gonna ghost him. Interesting. How are they gonna interact?
いやー、ヘッさん、元気になりましたね。
Mr. Hess, I'm so glad you're well.
ありがとうございます、ドクター天馬。
He's still there. Oh, that's so sweet. Wow.
ええ、大丈夫です。でも宴会で。
Oh, man, that's so cool. I don't know if he was terminally ill and he saved him, but man, that's so fucking sad. And beautiful that it's not sad. But man, I've heard of doctors being invited to weddings when they saved someone. I like just from secondhand, but that's so sad. Like the story behind that is, oh my god, yeah. But I like that, and he's just like, as always, like this little smile. That's what I said. Like just a little kind smile. He saved him. That's his fucking job. That's his life, and it's not only his job anymore. It's just his life. He has nothing left. Nothing in his life is left other than saving people now, and that's what he lives for. And he probably also wants to make up for Johan running around killing people.
ありがとう。諦めてたんだ。
Oh.
ヘッさんが頑張ったからですよ。
出たら娘どころか孫の結
Oh, that's so
あん
sweet.
た本当に名医だ。
Yeah. Isn't Hess the same one that asked him before?
忙しいから断ってくれない。
Yeah, it's like, I don't care. Ooh, it's gonna be a fire. Holy shit, man. Ooh, look at her. Oh my god, yeah, look at her. She doesn't. Is she blushing? No, she's not. That's so well. Like, holy fuck, her drawing is so awesome. And that's so interesting. The thing is, as well, like her persona or personality she had again when she was with Lunge was so abrasive and stuff. I mean, obviously she was drunk and she was angry at herself, and now at this asshole coming in potentially, and like, but yeah, here she's like almost apologizing, like very small stature, like almost protecting herself a bit and hesitant. It's interesting.
エヴァ。
Interesting, man. Holy shit. What are they gonna talk about? Is he gonna tell her, though? That would be interesting. Yeah, he could tell her now who her father's murderer was and that it was his fault.
久しぶりね、ケンゾ。
Yeah, the voice actress of EVA'S, holy fucking shit. He doesn't even look at her, he's just looking at the table. Yeah, look at that fucking expression. I love that. Interesting. Also, she's richer now than she ever was, and she's wearing less jewelry and less expensive clothing here, meeting him. She's wearing, I think, the same thing she wore last time.
私たち、
Yeah.
いろいろあっ
Yeah, see, she looks out of the window in shame almost. It's so interesting.
お父様、もうお休み？
Yeah. It was the moment when her father died. Also, again, her memories are such, it's like core memories. That was so horrifying. Ooh, I love the soundtrack as well. Also, people have told me that the soundtrack on the other version I watched was better, so tell me as well if you think so. So I might, yeah. She loved him dearly.
エヴァ
Yeah, and he wanted to come. Yeah. Interesting. Now I also see that he's drawn younger, just like in Dr. Becker. Man, I need more Dr. Becker. Where is he? Come back, man. But yeah, him is he's younger here. I never realized that. I thought he looked kind of the same, but yeah, he's older now. Love the scene, man. Yeah. Oh, she ran after. I think we know that. Yeah. Oh no, it's different areas, whatever. And she really cried there. So we know this is real. That's so interesting.
少しやつれたんじゃない？
He obviously did. He jumped into a river.
そうよ。たまにはこうやって体を休めなくちゃ。
I like that because from his perspective, he doesn't know what he really what she really wants, and like this might be just sweet talking, but I think she really cares for him still. Yeah, he always was.
君も少し痩せたんじゃないか。
She definitely has. I guess, you know.
噂で聞いてるでしょ？
Did he take? He didn't. Oh, he did. Okay. I thought he didn't take. Didn't look after what happened to her. Oh, her eyes are pretty wide there. What's she looking at? Their engagement?
の春、二人でよくドライブに行ったじゃない？
Yeah, she's so fucking trapped in the past. Look at that. She's looking like a normal, beautiful woman. Not the fucking snake. Because she dropped her mask. That's so awesome. Because she feels herself around him, I think. Man, I'm reaching so much here.
私慌てて止めて。
It's so funny, man.
あなたったら。
悪いんだけど。
Yeah, he's like... He doesn't want to reminisce on old memories. Yeah, he doesn't have time for it because he just works.
健三。
Talk about the policeman. Oh, she wants. Wow, yeah, I knew.
この失敗で初めて分かったの。
Wow.
そう、あなただけだったわ。
I mean, I knew that. I mean, I've laid it out now in extensive detail why I think that was, like, apparent before. But that's a powerful thing to say. Like, that takes fucking courage. Crashing 3 marriages and realizing you fucked up the best thing you ever had in your life and you let it go and slip through your fingers because you were a vain bee. Holy shit, man. I love that. And impulsive, probably. Also, she knows about the police stuff now. Why doesn't she start with that? She could she could try to get closer to him again with that. But I think he's just, he probably just ignores relationships now because he's not even talking to her. He's just going. He's running away.
お願い、健三。
It's the same thing again.
君の気持ちは嬉しいけど、受けられないんだ。
Why can't you accept it?
私黙ってたんだから。警察。
Oh yeah, that's a good reason, and she's truthful. She's not saying that to, I think, blackmail him. I think it's to tell him she has his back covered, which she does. Like she cares for him so much to lie to the police, which is, I think, it's not under oath, so it's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. I think. I don't know. I think he's probably just a fine in this case, but holy shit, yeah. Also, Kenzo Tenma. Yeah, he's called Kenzo. Tenma is not even talking to her. Like, he's not answering her. Like, he's blocking her off. It's like, when I was younger, I always said, shut the door on someone. I had this philosophy once. I don't know if I still have it. I might. I think in some cases I do. It was basically, if someone fucked up so bad that I couldn't be friends or acquainted or whatever with them anymore, I would just be like, bye. I wouldn't take calls. I answer them. If I met them, I would ignore them. I would just like, I'm like, yeah, why? I'm wasting my time with you. And that, like, because in friendships and in relationships, you invest something in people, in like time and sometimes a love, like, or friendship. I mean, obviously you invest friendship in friendships, but you know, but there is a point when you have to save yourself as well, I think. And I shut the door on people sometimes, very rarely though. Like don't get me wrong, like I didn't like run around doing this, but there were 1 or 2 cases where I did it, and it was good in a way. But one of the situations was not like this, but in a similar direction, and I did it. And it was good for me, I think. But I get him here. Like, I completely get his reaction. Like, I did have that reaction as well several times in my life. Fortunately, not more than like 5 times or something. But like, it happened. And he's basically completely ignoring her. So let's see what she's doing now.
あなた、あのネクタイで何かまずいこと。
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
確かに私があなたにプレゼント。
Yeah, she knows. Though, if he should tell her that Johann killed her father, I think he should. I think he's obligated to do that here. I hope he does.
私の言う通りにすれば。
Okay, so she is trying to blackmail him. That's low.
僕にはやらなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。
Why aren't you talking to her? I like that he doesn't let himself get blackmailed. Though I'm a bit sad that he doesn't really talk to her. I think does she deserve that? Probably not. I mean, she's probably gonna be fucking mad now. Yeah, that was pretty dumb, but it was probably the best thing to do.
ネクタイのこと警察に話すわよ。
Yeah, she's making a scene. Obviously, she is.
たちを殺したのも全部あなた。
Which is true. They know. Like, I mean, he already told them Johann did it. So, but the thing is, oh, Mr. Hess is there as well. I mean, she's basically a animal cornered. Like, nothing in her life is worthwhile to her anymore. There's nothing left to do other than be a bee again. She's like defaulting to bee mode. But yeah, that's sad. Like, and I think what is really tragic is that he completely like ignored her, basically, which is like she really like has severe psychological scars, so to speak, from the things, even though they were her fault. Like, let's not sugarcoat this. They her letting him go in the end was her fault. It was her decision, and she really fucked that up. She was a real bee. But it scarred her because she realized it was wrong. And that is probably one of the most horrific feelings ever. He doesn't even stop. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah, she's so fucking mad. I like that the expressions are very natural.
重要参考人としてドクター天馬を
Yeah, I mean, obviously she said it now.
夫妻とマウラー殺しの証拠には不十分。
Yeah.
のはハイデルベルク城での殺しの件だ。
Ah, interesting. That's cool.
よくご協力。
I mean...
たくさんの事件が解決するかもし
I mean... I don't have... Like, it's weird. I don't have any fear for Tenma because it's Johann and... every evidence is circumstantial. Like, they won't get a case with that. Especially because he already told him Johann did it, I think. So, that's very interesting. Also, you know, her talking to him here, and like, I should be very mad at her, but I don't know. I think it's not... I think I understand it. Like, I completely get it. I didn't know. It's like, I'm not shocked or angry at her. It's the logical thing for her to do here. Like, if I was in her shoes and I fucked up this badly and I tried to make up with someone and they were like, go fuck yourself and help. But, like, Tenma is a kind man. He didn't say that, but he acted like that. Like, he acted like, you fucking bee, I will see yourself in hell. Though I won't go there because I save people. But then there was Johann, and I might get there because I might be a bad person too, and I grapple with it. Okay, let's, but I really get why she did this. I think also it might be the correct thing to tell the police that Because I do think Tenma should have gone to Lunge again. I think I said that last time when the weird Messner and the other policemen that were like in the Blake Society came. But I do think Lunge is probably our best bet other than Tenma to find the killer. Story-wise, I know Tenma has to find him in the end because it's a Johann Tenma story in a way. And I like, but you know, realistically speaking, Lunge is a good shot. And if Tenma would work more with Lunge and be like, okay, this is all that happened. I was on sabbatical. I found all of this out, and all would make probably a lot more sense. I don't know. I mean, it's not shocking. I mean, why is it like? Oh, okay. Oh, he's resigning. Interesting. So the director is Andreas Schmelkat, which is a weird name. To the leading director of the Eisler Clinic, Düsseldorf, the 3rd of July, 1995. Dear esteemed Dr. Schmeichel, blah blah, and want to withdraw now my position as the leading chief of surgery, taking action now from now on. I am deeply sorry for all the troubles and problems this will cause, and stay with kindest regards, Kenzo Tenma. Yeah. Yeah, why is he resigning though?
申し訳ありません、委員長。
Why is he resigning? I need that answered. Like,
こんな噂があるようだが。
I mean, just because there are rumors, he shouldn't be discouraged by them because he's saving lives. If I understood correctly, that's his motive, and it should be the prime of his things he does. So,
こんなものを私は全然信じてい
yeah.
ない直して。
Why? Tenma? My god, what the fuck, man? I'm getting angry at you now. What the fuck are you doing? Why is he resigning? Like, he's not saving people anymore. Why?
警察?
So, I don't know why he resigns. To save the prestige of the hospital, which would not be in character. Because he saves lives, and Mr. Hess did say again, thank you, blah, 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 you know. I'm so unsure why he's resigned, sir. Because he's not talking to anyone anymore, he's just like fucking done. Like, it's basically, he's like, I'm done. He might go Johann hunting now. I hope he goes with Anna somehow, but... Because also what I said last time, there are doctors and there are policemen. Doctors save people, policemen bring people to justice. Like, that's the idea at least. You know, like, that's what I want to say. And in Germany, that was mostly the case. And as long as I can remember, the police was something we looked for help. Like, when I grew up, police was something... I think they had an advertisement campaign going, which was, like, translated into English, the police, your friend and helper. And that's how I saw them. And because I was living in the village, we had a detective in our like village cluster, so to speak. He was very kind. He sometimes came to school. Like, they only called him when there was like domestic stuff, mainly, or when like very minor stuff, or when there was a robbery. Very rarely. Like, there was nothing worse, I think. And he was a very cool dude. And yeah, I don't know. So. I really don't understand that, but yeah, so he might want to become a policeman to bring things to justice. Yeah, so to speak, like, he's not going to be a policeman, but yeah.
殺人容疑?
Perhaps Dr. Tenma knew that they would come for him after Eva talked to them. Perhaps. Oh, so that's why it's called Fugitive, because now he's... Man, you should have gone to Lunge so much earlier. I don't know why he didn't. I know Lunge seems cold and calculating, but... Yeah, you're too late already. Also, the personal... Like, the purses would cover for him. Yeah, they would cover for him. All of them would cover for him, I think. He saved so many lives. They probably already saw something. Again, the weird police uniforms. I don't know why they're there. I think they're just colored in. Oh yeah, I knew that. They were like, "Go fuck yourself, man." I mean, there's the key at least was dying. I don't think he gives a shit.
天馬が人殺しなんかするわけがない。
Yeah, that's true. You wouldn't.
ドクター天馬は無実。
I love that, man. I really love that. I hope the nurses join in. Yeah, Lunga, what are you gonna do? He would never hurt people, I think, because he's a man of justice. Oh, the Malteser! Let's go. He's in there, I know that.
パトカーが山ほど来てますよ。
It's so funny, man.
とにかく駅の前で降ろしてくれ。
Interesting.
必ずお忙しいですね。
Interesting, man. So he probably concluded that they would come for him. I'm so sad he didn't go for them first. Because Lunge has... I have to be honest, Lunge, every suspicion Lunge has is pretty well founded in facts and in evidence, like in circumstantial evidence. So, I don't know. For example, Lunge could, like, he could have led Lunge to the blind man, for example. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because the blind man very clearly stated, like, basically, like, he's a layman, but he basically stated Johann is a fucking psycho murderer, potentially. And he sorry, he disregards life, so I don't know. I think going to Lunge would have been my choice. Yeah. Oh, and he remembers Johann. Again, the memory thing I talked about. I like when shows do it. I mean, it's in most cases it's very natural and it works very well when it's done, because basically that's what a flashback always is. It's something important that happened in the character's mind, and especially in manga, at least I've not read that many, I've read some. It's always like when there are flashbacks about characters, it's always something very important in their lives. And so it fits together very well with this idea of it being something they haven't worked through yet, sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because this is his lowest point. This is his lowest point. See this is his lowest point. I love that. That's so interesting, man. Interesting, man. Oh god, the Johann voice. I love it. It's so creepy. Oh. Something I also forgot. I thought about it today when I went to work. I stood at the traffic lights and I was like, man, I'm so dumb. I should have seen this. Because I talked about that with some colleagues in another... like the idea, I did talk with some colleagues about it that asked me about it to get to know more about it. The idea of nature versus nurture is something that is in literature very widely researched, and the question is, and you know it, you just say it for completion's sake. So it's the idea of, are the things we are determined by our genes and our biology, or is it imprinted on us by society? And in general, the consensus is always throughout all of literature basically 50-50. That's always what comes out in studies that dealt with it throughout the past 40-50 years. Everything they did, I think, it's basically the gist. I think there were some variations, but it's like, it's never one of those. Like, it's always both. At least that. And so it's basically because the biology gives like some, let's say, margins of the values that could be, and society like orients yourself or the people among the in this margin, and then that's the final thing that happens. But yeah, and most of these studies were done with twins, at least in the beginning. So what they did was twins that were raised in different places. Did they turn out the same or different? And that was one of the starts for this. And that is basically what this is as well. The Anna and Johann thing might be a study of this, in that Johann and Anna grew up at different places after a while. You know, normally you do it, I think, when they are like parted at birth, which this wasn't the case. But Anna lived a different life than Johann. Johann apparently is a like crime mastermind, evil dude that kills people, and Anna is like a lawyer, like the exact opposite. Wants to be a lawyer, is kind-hearted, is a very like they are both very determined. So there are things they have in common: their intelligence, their determination, their quick thinking. But there are things they have like completely like that are so distinct, like their morality, for example. Their interactions with other people, how they're in social ways, and so the idea is that Johann still, even though they were raised in different circumstances. But that doesn't matter because when they were still together, Johann was completely different from her. So his biology, even though obviously they are similar, but not completely the same because they are obviously not twins that are the same. I don't know what they're called in English, like these copy twins that are scary when you would see them in horror movies. Even though I would argue Johann is also really scary if you would see him in a horror movie. So these little variations that Johann has in his genes from Anna, they led him to do this, to be this. And that is an interesting idea as well. It shows this idea of nature versus nurture, very hidden though. So, but I just wanted to share that because I thought about it when I went home yesterday. Yeah. Man, Johann is so fucked. Also, he makes sure he's dead. Did I comment on that? I just realized that, or re-realize it. I think they had to pad out the ending of the episode here. Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, because he did his job. Man, I love Johann's drawing. It's so innocent, and the eyes are the same mask that Eva has. I love it. It's gonna happen now. Oh my god, man. And again he's in some driving vehicle and ponders on Johann. I like that. I liked it last time in the ending as well. I think Malteser are the ambulances. I don't know. There are also hospital-specific ambulances, but I do think they are like the ambulance people. Whatever. So what's this? 5... No! God damn it! Why are you time skipping, you shitheads? Don't want you to time skip. Fuck. I hate it. So it's it's summer 95. Oh god, is it Johann? Oh no, I think fuck. It's a couple in Verden. I don't know where Verden is. I do think it's a smaller village. I've heard it. So brain surgeon under suspicion of murder. Or murder suspect. Yeah. Okay, now we've got badass mullet, I think you say, or whatever, Tenma with his stubby beard again, being like, I'm gonna go Johann hunting now, fuck it, I'm gonna take him down. He looks pretty badass here. Oh yeah, he's got a gun. He took a gun. It's very hard to get a gun in Germany, by the way. There is warning of some scams. Warning of scams. I'm very sorry that I can't read what they're scamming people about, and I can't tell you, because you all wanted to know what people are scammed about in Verden. Perhaps some old... whatever. So she's got a gun. Guns are very hard to come by in Germany. I think in these times as well. I think it got harder to get a gun, though. I think my father had a gun. Did he have it at home? I don't know if he had it at home. At least he had the bullets. The bullets he had in the cupboard. I remember that. I always was like, he had a belt with the bullets, and because he was sport shooting, like in Germany, that's a sport, like shooting at like discs and pigeons, like not real ones, but like these mock pigeons, and like he did that. And there are In Germany, in Germany there are many Schützenvereine, which is basically shooting clubs, where they are like in traditional garb with like these felt hats and like feathers, like you would imagine these more traditional hunters to have. Perhaps you've seen them. I don't know if this description helps you. And there is the shooting festival in most villages where I'm coming from once a year. It's basically it's like the carnival. It's as big or as Christmas, not as big as Christmas or as St. Martin. It's definitely as big as Carnival. Yeah, the one I talked about, like the Cologne Carnival. Like it's almost as like the Cologne Carnival is celebrated in the villages as well, with people meeting up. That's also good. Like on Easter in Germany, I don't know if you have that as well. Around Easter, on Easter Saturday or Sunday, depending on the area, there's a huge pile of dead trees you collect from the village, all across the village, like this huge pile, and you burn it, and the whole village comes together and like drinks beer, eats some good sausages. And so the same caliber is the shooting festival, like the Schützenfest. I don't know what the English term is. It's Schützenfest. And like the whole streets are with the colors of the shooting club, and they shoot to see who's the best shot. And in several areas, at least where I'm from, the person who was the best shot, like the two people, they were the shooting king and queen, and then everyone would eat, what's it called? Green cabbage? I don't know what it's called, like this cabbage that's very green with sausages and potatoes. It's very traditional. One of my favorite dishes ever. My favorite German dish. And they are very common. And they were more common in this time. Like it was very common here, I think. So you probably would get a gun there pretty quickly. But you do have a weapons license in Germany, always. And you... since I do think 2005 or something, like 2000 something, you're not allowed to have a weapon in your house anymore, save for in this special cabinet that's locked and no one can get in. So that was a long tangent before the end of the episode. So long story short, him getting a gun here, how the fuck did he do that? I want to know that. That is something that intrigues me, because that's not easy. He has to have either stolen it, which would be like asinine, or he bought it somewhere from he must have stolen it. Don't know. I hope we will find that out, because that's something I'm very, very, I'm wondering about a lot. So anyway, but he has got a gun, so he decided to go from saving lives to ending one life. But Samana, I hate you so much, but I knew you would come, and I was prepared. I was mentally prepared. So next week, tomorrow probably for me, we will have the veteran and the little girl. Scaring the little girl! Oh, whatever. Man, this was a burn of an episode again. Many tangents again. I hope some of them were of interest to you. I don't know, like... Every time I start recording, it's like, this time it's gonna be half an hour, and every time it's like at least 35 minutes, because it's so freaking dense. There's so much stuff to think about here, and it's so dense. Like, you know what's so fascinatingly beautiful about this? Like the actions, words, and facial expressions and body language are all in sync of the characters, which is also what makes them so real. And this Eva stuff is just awesome. Like, it has been awesome. I kind of hope she shows up again. And as I said, I idolized her to death this episode. There was a lot of reaching, I think, in this one. Tell me what you thought. And if you are still here after 1 hour about of watching this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you soon. Bye.